Digestion begins in the mouth. Salivary glands secrete saliva, which cleanses teeth, dissolves food, and contains digestive enzymes. Saliva contains amylase, which begins chemical digestion by breaking down starches. Mucus is produced in the mouth and throughout the entire alimentary canal and provides protection and reduces friction. In the mouth, mechanical digestion occurs as the teeth chew food into smaller pieces. The tongue mixes food with saliva to form a compact mass of food called the bolus. The bolus passes posteriorly from the mouth into the pharynx. From the pharynx, the bolus passes into the esophagus, a muscular tube that is about 10 inches long. Peristalsis is a process of continuous contractions that moves food to the stomach against the force of gravity. The esophagus is also coated with mucus for protection. The esophagus and stomach are divided by a circular muscle called the cardiac sphincter, which prevents backflow of food. In the stomach, peristalsis continues mixing food and gastric juices. Parietal cells in the stomach secrete hydrochloric acid. The highly acidic gastric juices account for most of the chemical breakdown of foods. Mucus protects the stomach from self-digestion. The enzyme pepsin is present in the stomach. Pepsin is activated by hydrochloric acid and breaks down proteins into polypeptide chains. The stomach also absorbs some fat-soluble substances. The lower end of the stomach is closed off by the pyloric sphincter. Below the stomach is the small intestine, which is about 20 feet long. The process of segmentation further mixes the contents of the small intestine. The small intestine contains alkaline mucus that helps to neutralize the acidic contents of the stomach. The pancreas secretes bicarbonate, which also neutralizes the substances passing from the stomach. The pancreas also secretes trypsin, an enzyme to further break down proteins by reducing larger polypeptide into smaller polypeptides. The liver secretes bile, which is stored in the gallbladder and released into the small intestine. Bile emulsifies fat, which allows it to be digested into the small intestine. The small intestine is lined with finger-like projections called villi. These villi help to propel food through the small intestine and allow for greater surface area, which allows for increased absorption. Remaining food residues proceed from the small intestine into the large intestine, which is about 5 feet long. Bacteria in the large intestine will break down some of the remaining food residues. These bacteria are beneficial because they produce vitamins. These bacteria also produce gases that are expelled from the body. The major function of the large intestine is to dry out indigestible food residues by absorbing water and releasing these residues out of the body as feces through the anus.